Welcome to Breaking News 247 presents. Hillary may seem to have literally gotten away with murder, but there is currently a lot of behind-the-scenes actions happening with the intention of seeing her face time in jail for one thing or another. Anything at this point would be good. The American people have dealt with the many slaps in the face by the Swamp Queen and her ratchet minions for far longer than anyone should have had to. Judicial Watch has been a pit bull when it comes to forcing the State Department to release the documentation surrounding all of Hillary's horrid actions, and there is yet one more win for them in the form of help from a federal judge. Now, instead of waiting for the release of the 72,000 email records in 2020, they will now be forcibly released no later than September 28th of this year, under a federal judge's order no less. The State Department has been bucking for a long time on this, but they have no options left now. According to the Gateway Pundit, Judicial Watch with another win. Judicial Watch announced Thursday a federal judge ordered the State Department to speed up the release Hillary Clinton's 72,000 pages of email records. Judicial Watch today announced that a federal court judge ordered the State Department to speed up processing and production of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's emails. U.S. District Court Judge James E. Boasberg recently ordered the State Department to complete processing the remaining documents that were recovered by the FBI in its investigation into Clinton's illicit email server by September 28, 2018. The court's latest order accelerates state's production rate, which would have continued until 2020. Last year, the FBI uncovered 72,000 pages of documents Clinton attempted to delete or did not otherwise disclose. The State Department had been processing the documents at a rate that would have required Judicial Watch and the American people to wait until at least 2020 to see all the releasable Clinton material. Lee stated that the 55,000 pages of documents she turned over to the State Department in December 2014 included all of her work-related emails. In response to a court order in another Judicial Watch case, she declared under penalty of perjury that she had directed that all my emails on ClintonMail.com in my custody that were or are potentially federal records be provided to the Department of State, and on information and belief this has been done. Clinton failed to turn over at least 627 emails in that 55,000-page production, further contradicting a statement by Clinton that, as far as she knew, all of her government emails had been turned over to Department. President of Judicial Watch Tom Fitton celebrated. Court orders State Department to speed up production of Clinton email records. State Department must complete review and release of 72,000 pages of records by September 28. State wanted to wait until 2020 to release everything, Fitton tweeted. Judicial Watch just forced the State Department to release emails found on pervert Anthony Weiner's laptop. They discovered at least 18 classified emails in the latest round. Among the classified information found on Weiner's laptop was a CIA official's name. Even more egregious, Hillary Clinton has yet to be indicted for her mishandling of classified information. Buckle up, Hillary, because we all know what those records will show. After the general public is given the actual documented proof, there will be no silence left. We will come out and we will demand her arrest. I can imagine that if something just isn't done at that point, that everyone involved in letting her walk after murdering our men will be held accountable by we the people. We will no longer sit and watch as she single-handedly tries to run rampant in this country with her multiple suicides of anyone who stands against her, not to mention the victims of all of her other crimes and financial scams.